Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your November 2025 messages, and it's going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. A quick few astrological notes, sorry, that I want to discuss are two planets in retrograde. One is Mercury from November 9th to November 29th, and that's going to be 2 weeks before and after. That post-shadow and pre-shadow energy is going to be there, and so you should be feeling the effects right now. And then Neptune is also going to be retrograde in Pisces, and what that is talking about, oh, that's going to be through December 10th. And then would that be Sagittarius season? I want to say that it is. Yes, it will. It will be on your season. By the way, happy birthday. Or happy early birthday. So yeah, that's about dissolving illusions, confronting the truth, and bringing you clarity, which I absolutely see in these cards. So let's jump right into it. We're going to start out with our Kipper messages, and we have concern, family room, and marriage. Some of you out there are concerned about either your family member or the dynamic of your immediate family. So that could be like you living with a partner and the children involved is what I'm getting. It feels like there are some concerns and things that are coming up. Now, this could be Mercury rearing its ugly head and bringing up things from the past that are essentially wreaking havoc. And so what I want to say is that this is temporary, so try not to fixate solely on that. Okay? For others of you, because it will pass, is what I wanted to say. For others of you, I think you just have these general concerns of, am I going to be married? When will I be married? Or contrarily, when is the divorce going to go through? Things like that. Just kind of like, it feels like you want to start this new chapter. But I will caution you and say, try to hold off on anything until like mid-December if you can, because the energy right now is not about starting new projects. It's actually closing out old projects and old endeavors and old situations and just like leaving them behind completely. But you want to work on the closure aspect, not starting something new. So try to focus in on how can we fix this? How can this be mended so we can close it and move forward into the next chapter? Hopefully that made sense. For your oracle message here, you have friends and colleagues. If you can see, everybody's having a good old time here, but it came out in reverse. So not so much of a time is being had. This could be, I'm not going to say you're going to lose your job. I'm just saying you might lose some colleagues. You might actually lose your job. It just, take that with a grain of salt. That could be specifically for just one person listening to this. But it could also be like maybe where you work is downsizing and you are going to lose a colleague or two in the interim. And so it is what it is. That's part of it. But the bigger part of it that I'm getting right now is there's a bit of isolation happening. Maybe you're not hanging out with your friends as much. Maybe you're not getting out of the house as much. Maybe you're just stuck doing your everyday mundane routines and you're not allowing yourself to have fun and be around people and go out on dates and like do all these things that you well deserve to have. But there feels like there's a period of like loneliness almost, or rather like even if you're content with being alone, just remember to make and bring these connections back in your life. Something else that's might be coming up for you are healing some emotional wounds. Now, again, this could be with, you know, the current dynamics, those emotional wounds coming from your immediate or your extended family. So, like, for example, maybe you have some dad wounds or mom wounds that you need to work through that may be wreaking havoc on your life, or something along those lines. So, you're being asked to be on the mend with those things during this specific time period, specifically in November. But December, things are gonna change because the retrogrades that I just mentioned are not going to be there. And so anyway, just make sure that you're giving yourself time and grace to just be and hang out and allow yourself to have fun, because a lot of times we are afraid to do that. Yeah, this one feels a lot more like isolation more than like losing a job or something. Just throwing that out there. Okay, for our tarot messages here, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Six of Wands upright. Are these all wands? No, two are wands, one is swords. Okay, so something revealed itself. Something came out or is coming out in November. So remember, we talked about with Neptune revealing truths. So there are some things that you didn't know that you are just finding out. And with that, I'm going to caution you to not be impulsive, to not act hasty, to take a step back and think about what it is that you're saying and doing before you actually do it. Because I am getting a bit of an ego, a bit of a chip on your shoulder, a bit of a arrogance. Sorry, it's just what's coming out. It feels a little mean, and you're just, this is your warning, right? This is your caution to ask yourself, how are you going to handle this situation? There's that saying that goes like, you don't know how you're going to react to something until it actually happens, and like nothing prepares you for the moment. Like, even if you are anticipating some kind of blow, which I hope not, but just be careful, like I said, with your delivery, what you say, how you say it, what you do, because some things can't be taken back. And even if you feel like whatever this truth is coming out, again, I keep going back to this family card. There's something in your family dynamic that you're finding out about, and I think that you're not going to be happy about it. And so just be mindful, okay? And try not to be I don't want to say like not be yourself, but try not to react how you normally would if that involves you being impulsive or explosive, because that's the energy of the Knight of Wands. It's a little boasty. Every time I see this card, Justice, I'm like, all is fair in fair Verona. Never mind. Sorry. So Justice card is coming out. It could involve a Libra. It doesn't have to be. But again, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Something is upside down with the family. Something is off kilter. Something is just not stellar. There will be justice. Justice will be served. It will be in your favor as long as it's not something connected to like bad karma or something like that. So maybe reevaluate your actions. How have they been lately? Have you been naughty or nice? I know it's not December yet. I just had to say it. Okay, so your angel message here is wait. I feel like that's the don't be impulsive message like thing there. And then your fairy message is use your power. And that says break the curse by believing in yourself. All right, Sagittarius. I hope that message was gentle. I hope it was helpful more than anything. Watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time. Bye.